Attempt 9,352. This time I got the microphone on. Oh man, I still rusty at this. Anyways, my apology, folks. We're fishing guides, and sometimes we're a little bit slow getting reports out and other YouTube stuff that we should be doing because we've been pretty busy also being guides. Anyways, time for a fishing report, but let me get the announcements out of the way. First, we're still planning on doing our spay casting clinic the end of August. So that'll be the last weekend of August. If you're interested, send us an email. We'll put you on a mailing list, and we'll send those mailing lists out probably in June when we start doing a full booking. Start taking confirms there June, July. But if you're interested and you think you might want to attend it, just drop us an email. We'll put you on the mailing list. The other thing is if you want to fish with us, we might have a few cancellations popping up, so just check in. Once again, drop us, damn mosquitoes, drop us a note, and we'll see if there's if we have a cancellation or something. Plus, just watch our social media, our Facebook and Instagram. If a date pops up, we usually post it right there and say, hey, we got a cancellation. These dates just came available, and you can grab one of those. The other thing is Pineville's got our flies, so if you're interested in our flies, mine and Ricky's flies, Pineville Sport Shop is well stocked, so go clean them out. My apologies for the traffic noise. I'm sitting next to an access point doing this instead of on a beautiful river, so we got to look at the truck and the rod rack and the mess instead of a river. Yeah, part of being a guide. Sometimes you don't want to carry a camera. So that's the other thing is a lot of you folks have stopped and said hello and says you watched your channel. It's good to meet everybody. I appreciate you saying hello and thanks for watching the channel. It's good to meet you. So let's get on with the fishing. Yeah, the fishing has been tough. That's just straight up. It's been tough fishing. It's been thin pickings. I would have thought by now we would have had at least a few major runs and we would have been game on. I mean, steady flows of fish. I mean, it should have been happening long by now. But it is not. Why? I don't know. Salmon being salmon. I would think that, understanding that our wild fish like to run a little early, we have a large population of wild fish, and, a large percentage in our population of salmon is wild, that we would have had some strong early runs. Haven't seen it. Unfortunately, the salmon are reminding me that they are in charge, and all I do is guess and speculate. Oh well. But anyways, what we have been doing, of course, you just kind of adapt. We've been fishing lower river. Obviously, this time of year, I'm fishing a lot of my clients that like to fish the Douglas and salmon run, so we're down in the DSR. And what we do is we just kind of stay in the main holding waters, what water will hold the fish in there, and we just concentrate on that. So sometimes in the morning there might be a few small handful of fish trickling through. We might fish at choke point for a little while, then we just move right into the pools and we'll just work the fish in there that are sitting. Sitting salmon can be kind of hard to get to eat, but if you work at it and you work smart, you can get them to take. It just takes a little bit of persistence, and eventually you get a good presentation in there and you start covering that water, working it back and forth. You can usually get a few of them to eat. And when they do eat, they'll eat pretty aggressively. You'll know it. We've had some very aggressive takes. I kind of joke about having to check to make sure the guy still got his wading shoes on some of those eats. And so we're swinging in those things, and just on a real slow swing presentation seems to be working its best. I've been staying with the willy bugger. Everybody knows I fish willy buggers for salmon. Size 4s have been working good. Olives, blacks. There's a peacock and black that's been working really good, and just kind of more natural colors. I haven't done much with the bright colors yet. I've tried periodically, and they just haven't been responding to it as well as some of the others. But it's like a size 4 on a swing, and we're still fishing a little bit off the bottom of the column too. So we'll find bottom, get up, get a clean swing, and fish just off the bottom. We're having the best success. We get our best eats that way. So that's kind of what we've been doing. Plus, we just kind of cover water. We'll bounce a little bit. We'll work one group and we'll work through it a little bit. We can't get a taker. We'll go work another group at another spot and work through that and see if we can get a taker there. But But we sometimes, when the fishing gets slow and they get a little, and the runs get really, really spotty, the lower rivers where all the fishing pressure is. But the fishing pressure recently has been interesting, folks. Very interesting. So Douglaston Salmon Run they're busy. You get off the Douglaston, you go to the High Bridge, ballpark, busy. As soon as you get off in there, the next real busy spot is Sportsman's. But Sportsman's is a wide area, so you see a lot of cars there, but there's a lot of real estate in there, so it eats up a lot of people. So even though it looks busy from the road to get in there, it's really not all that bad. There's a jag of fish in Sportsman's. Sportsman's holds a lot of wild fish, and they just camp there. So that's been where the bulk of the fishing pressure is. You get further up, and the fishing pressure just goes away. We're talking about maybe a small handful of boats floating. There's a small handful of boats in the estuary because the fish are not sitting in the estuary. I'll talk about that in a minute. So if you want to fish like mid-river up, you can definitely still get away from the fishing pressure. And there's a little bit of pressure out bar fly zones, but even the fly zones have got a bunch of fish and they're not getting hammered. There's not, people come and go and there's not a lot of fishing pressure, so you can work a lot of this river right now. And there's a handful of fish in all the major spots. That all those little tiny trickles we've had over the last 10 days come through the DSR is spread out up through the river, in the fly zones, in the hatchery. And there's these little tiny micro dribbles that are going up, so you can cover water, fish water, and the rest of the river and do it with relatively peace without a lot of fishing pressure. It's just that you got to cover a lot more real estate because the fish are really spread out. So you got to cover a lot of water, fish really fast, really efficient. So that's kind of what's going on here. But we really haven't seen a lot of fishing pressure up here yet, which is unusual for this time of year. We're in late September, and it should be just game on with folks and fish. So that's kind of what's been going on with that. Now flies, I've been staying with my standard woolly buggers. Size 4 is doing really good with that, getting a good swing, just get it, fine bottom, get it up, get a clean swing. And that's been working very well for us, but we've had to cover a lot of water, even wherever we're fishing. The estuary, not a lot of fish in the estuary. It seems like we'll get a little jaggle coming in the evening, and some will break a break for it up the river, some will stay, some will retreat back out into the lake. So we're not building up a lot of fish in the estuary, just little handfuls. So that's been the trend for the last few days. Like I said, we are overdue for a pop of salmon. And of course, it's salmon being salmon. They'll come when they come. All we can do is speculate, take guesses. So that's really what's been going on with the fishing. I don't have anything exciting to report other than the fact it's been tough, it's been challenging. We got to fish really smart and work really hard. It's not easy. But it's also really nice being on the river at times with not a lot of fishing pressure for this time of year. So that's kind of what's up. We're still waiting on them. As always, we're usually a little slow sometimes getting these reports out. So as I always tell everybody, hit that subscribe button. There's a little bell icon. Hit that. If you hit that bell icon, then you'll know them when we post a report or we put up a fishing video. I'm going to try to work on a couple fishing tip videos that we use on the river here over the next couple of weeks and try to get some more stuff up when I can in between guide trips. So that's what's up with the fishing, folks. It's going to improve eventually. These fish got to come sooner or later. They're going to roar in. A little note, the longer this tough fishing goes, the more intense the rest of the season can be because all that run time gets compressed. So when it does happen, it's probably going to be big. I hope. I've been wrong so far, but salmon tell me they're in charge. So that's about it. Hope to see you on the river. Say hello if you see me. It's always good to meet everybody, and better fishing is coming, and see you on the river, folks. This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries. And then during the spring and the summer, we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer, we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.